am. I just got off a plane and literally it's been non-stop. So I'm just doing this like quick little update, kind of introduction thing, not being fancy at all. Other than if you've seen my channel, if you watch what else I've put out there, it's like, please subscribe. It's always very helpful for me as an independent little indie booktuber. But anyways, this vlog that I'm going to put out is going to be a Smut Den 72-hour readathon vlog. So it's going to be that, plus it's going to show you a few things that I'm doing here in Portland, and it's going to be kind of one of those vlogs where just lots happening and a lot not happening, and we'll see how this goes. Oh, I guess I should tell you what I'm reading right now. Just got started when I was on the plane. I'm starting it off. Today is Wednesday. Starting it off by reading an actual horror book. It's called Just Like Candy. It's a little bit more, I feel like, a YA horror is from what I've heard. We'll see how YA horror it is, because every time I think I'm just like getting the bare minimum of horror, things like Clown in a Cornfield completely surprised me. I was like, what? So we'll see. I got like, I want to say like 20, maybe almost, actually I think I got almost to 50 pages before I had to get off the plane. So it's about like, I don't know, like 20% maybe. Still in the very beginning stages. It's starting out very slowly, but from what I hear from people who I trust in their taste in horror books, I feel like this is going to start getting better, and I'm very excited. Also, I'm just a big fan of slasher, and I just feel like this is something I needed to kind of minimize the like romance I've been reading nonstop. I feel like I had a slump this whole month, and I think I need something different, and I'm hoping this will get me out of my slump for sure. I will update you guys as the week goes on, and yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, hi. I have not updated in a while. I think I updated a little bit before I got on a plane and that was the last time. Oh no, I actually updated you guys after I got here to Portland. I am in my sister's backyard. It's so pretty. This tree right here is just absolutely gorgeous. The surprise of, you know, calm weather and it not being humid like Texas, and how things can actually thrive here. It's crazy to me. A little quick update. I'm still, technically it's a Friday by the way, which means it's the start of Smut Den, and technically I'm still working on Taste Like Candy, which is definitely not part of it at all, but I am really enjoying it. It did kind of have a slow start to it. I definitely think it kind of slowly went through, but after you finally get there and it starts kicking in, it's real good. It's real fun. It's like edge of your seat. The kills in it are pretty clever, which is really nice. I always look into that for like a slasher book, that the kills are very creative and things like that. So far it's going really good. I think I probably will be able to finish it and then finally get to spin the wheel. I think I'm going to start with the dark wheel, just because it's usually what I do. So might as well go ahead and just stick with that, and then hopefully I can start getting like the actual correct books for tomorrow, which will be funny because tomorrow technically is not the ceremony, but it's like the party before the ceremony that we're gonna do. So it's a lot of like the drinking, the dancing, the eating, the making not announcements, but toast and things like that. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow, and most likely as that is going on, I will be reading instead. So that's funny. And I hope to get a little bit more b-roll. I think I've been doing pretty okay with getting b-roll, but I could always be doing better. Also went and got my nails done, which is really cute. I kind of made them a little subtle. It was like super bright pink. Now they're like a plum color. It's been a good day. I'm drinking some bubble tea, and yeah. And hopefully next time that I update you guys, it's going to be actually me talking about a book that I'm actually reading for Smut Den. I don't know if I said this already, but this month has not been great for me. I've been very slumpy, so I'm hoping that something can kind of put me back up there, especially before June happens. We'll see. But anyways, okay, I will see you in the next clip, and here we go. Hello, it is a new day, and I officially have, I'm trying to keep an eye out on, because I'm doing sprints. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do sprints because I got a very big day today. Today is actually like an actual event happening today. I think I told you in the last clip, it is a reception before the ceremony. They're doing it a little backwards, but it's pretty fun. So finished Tastes Like Candy. Really loved it. It was exactly what you expect out of a slasher book. It was everything that I wanted. The creative kills, the very interesting twist of who the killer was. It was really fun, and I think I needed that because I do think it might have helped in getting me out of the slumpy feeling I was feeling. With that being said, I finally can join Smut Den. From what you saw before, I picked a dark cover, and what I picked, it looks like it is a mafia book. It looks like also it is a very long series if I tend to like it. I'm finding myself not impressed with anything I got from Stuff Your Kindle Day, which is kind of a bummer because I was always hoping you could find that hidden gem that no one's heard about, but it's actually really, really good. But I don't know, something is just like nothing's really catching my attention, but that also might be because of the slump too. I might have ill feel. Well, that's not true. Thunder Thighs was pretty good, and I got that from Stuff Your Kindle Day. I'm hoping to read a little bit more, but like I said, I do have a pretty busy day today. I actually have to like get dressed up for it and look cute and sit down, dinner with, you know, like raffle tickets where I'm only allowed like 2 drinks per person kind of situation. Like, it's kind of one of those events, so it's a situation where I'm just not sure if one, if I'm going to be able to read, and 2, if I'm gonna even be comfortable to read, because it kind of sounds like we're all on close quarters of each other, and so I'm just gonna be like over there reading this mafia dark romance. And apparently I'm sitting next to my sister, and that means I'm close to where the eyes of everyone will be as well, so that's great. We'll see how far I get. I will definitely update you guys when I get a little further into it. Usually, if you have not seen my videos before, my thing is always when I do updates is I like to get to 100 pages and have an update, and then from 100 pages I get to 50% and I give you another update, and then the last update is, of course, is the last feelings and thoughts and what I thought about overall of the book. So that's probably what I will try to do. Again, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to read, which is kind of sad because Smut Den is my forte. This is my bread and butter right here, and I'm unfortunately don't think I'm going to be able to do as many books as I would like. But we'll see. Okay. So I will see you in the next clip. It is Sunday. It's about 10:19 here. I still have a few hours still left, but pretty much Smut Den didn't really happen. There was too much happening this weekend, unfortunately. Slump plus a lot of happening this weekend equal nothing happening. I did start a book. I am going blank right now what the name is, which is probably not a good sign. So I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about it from what I've read. Starting really slow. I kind of already don't like the perspective of the male main character. His idea is women are just terrible and they just want to steal money and they just want to get married and live life very easily, and that's it. And the only reason he thinks this is because his father is a pig and like does it a lot. He has like 6 wives or something, and he just assumes that all women are like that, and he doesn't have a mind of his own, and the author didn't give him a mind of his own pretty much at this point. There has been a scene, which was pretty good. It's like mafia, but like they own a how am I supposed to say this? Sex dungeon? There's like no easy way to say it. Where people can be anonymous and have fun and be safe and all that stuff. And of course she had like disappointing sex with this stranger guy, and so the guy, the main male character, was like, oh, that's not how you do it, and then like gave her the most sensational moment of her life, to the point that the next morning she actually had like a hangover from it. I'm like, okay, I've never had that happen, but you know, maybe someone out there can be like, yeah, you can sometimes get a hangover, migraine like after morning thing, I guess. I didn't get too much else into that. I want to say I got about 50 something ish pages, which is not bad. A lot just has been happening, and then tomorrow I actually have the ceremony for my sister and her now almost wife, my sister-in-law. It's really crazy to say. I'm really excited to say it. And that's tomorrow. It's also the day of my dad's birthday, which is really sweet that they would do something like that for what would have been a sad day for my family. So I'm very happy to put something nice and sweet and something we can celebrate and not be sad, which would be my sister and her future wife anniversary. So it's really cool. It's just been a lot of being with family and celebrating this really momentous occasion. And because of it, I've picked up maybe a couple pages here and there, but I don't think I've gotten through a full page yet today. I definitely feel like the slump has hit me hard, and because of it, I'm just not doing very well. I can do about like 15, 16 books in a month. I think so far I've done only 8, which sounds silly to like any other person because there's like 8's still really good, you know, but I don't know, I feel bad. One good thing about it is I have gotten to the 50 books mark on my 100 books in a year before June, which is what I wanted. I wanted to either get to 50 books in June or before June. I feel like I just have this nice little head start that I wouldn't if I didn't get to 50 by June. So that's really nice. That's really cool. I'm hoping that maybe because I got to 50 before June, before the mid-month kind of situation, that maybe I can do a couple more and see if maybe I can raise up the goal next year. We'll see. So I just wanted to come on here, make a little update, say that it's going, but I am still reading it, and I'm thinking that, well, tomorrow may still also be a pretty busy day for me because, again, the ceremony, and then after the ceremony, I think a few of us are going to go to like a celebratory lunch, and then after that, I may actually be able to go shopping. We'll see. But I definitely will be reading on Tuesday because that's all I can do. Is pretty much read. I don't want to pay for Wi-Fi. I don't want to pay for their movies package thing. I don't want to pay for any of that. The only thing that's free is being able to read on KU. If I'm going to be reading the book I'm reading right now, or am I going to continue this book that I've been like on the back burner for a while now? It's called Rocked. It is a rock star, like catering girl story, romance, and he is into her a lot more than she is into him, and she's making him really work for it, which I kind of like. And I think because I'm liking that, I've been going a lot slower on it, and I have not been forcing myself to read pages of that. But because of that, I've been putting on the back burner for these moments when I just don't really want to read. I will give you an update. Just, we'll see when that actually is. So another update, pretty big update actually. I did not continue that book after I read a couple because I was reading a little bit in the morning before I had to get ready because, as you saw in past clips, my sister got married today, and so I was very busy trying to get ready and all that stuff, what I could get done this morning, and like waiting for people to get ready and all that stuff. When I told you the main character seemed like he had this weird skewed version or idea in his head about women, then I find out that the author kind of did the same thing for the female main character, that she has like this skewed view of women and kind of being a little judgmental about what women do and don't do and all that stuff. She's got a friend who got her into the club scene, and instead of just being like well, you know, I'm doing it and I just did it. I did it the night before, blah, blah, blah. She kind of like slut shames her friend in this book, and I'm just like, I don't like it. So I just DNF'd it, which is not great because it's another book that I will not be saying got done. It's another DNF book, another not good book from Stuff My Kindle Day. I have gone back to Rocked. I want to say like I'm about like maybe 60% into it now, which is a pretty good place to be. I think I feel okay with the idea that that will be, I know I said, oh, I might be reading one of these too. No, it's for sure going to be this rock star romance. She's like a culinary cook that's on tour with him, and he's in love with her, and he's like trying to woo her and all that stuff. It's cute. It's definitely a longer one, so I'm taking my time with it, knowing that I've been very slumpy this month. But so far it's really good, and I do think I will be reading it a little bit more when I'm actually on a plane and I'm able to have like 2-3 hours on a plane going back to Texas. It's going good. DNF, the other one, I don't even remember what it was called. It was like Midnight Seduction or something. It wasn't a great title. I wasn't impressed. My little off day, it's not very great, and it's very busy. Like I said, my sister got married, which is great. I just got a sister-in-law today, which is awesome. But then it was a lot of being with family because tomorrow everyone's like leaving. It just was kind of a little bittersweet of just hanging out with them one last time before everyone had to say goodbye, which is sad. It's never fun to end a vacation, and it also felt like it just went by so quickly too. Like, it's crazy. We were here for almost a week. Oh, I have something. I went to probably the #1 bookstore here in Portland called Pals. It's just, I got 2 books, not that bad. And I just kind of wanted to maybe do a little haul, a little tiny one. So the first one is actually one I have not read yet, and that is Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. I'm very excited. This has been on my radar for a pretty long time now. I have never read a Megan Quinn book yet, so I'm very, very excited to start getting into her stuff. This is the Kane brothers. I think all 3 of these series, this series is the Kane brothers. Again, like I said, I've heard a million things about this book. I'm so excited to get to it. I'm also excited to have a physical copy of it. It's kind of, the Pals books had so many books that I don't ever get to see anywhere else because they not only buy new books, but they also get a lot of used books. So their selection is a little bit better than Barnes and Noble. And then the last book I got is actually a book I already read. I read this actually this month on Kindle Unlimited, and that is the beginning of the Plated Prisoner series, Guilt by Raven Kennedy. I've heard people who don't like this. I actually did like this. I thought it was really good. I do think it's very slow of a story, but I think what I've heard is this gets better because this just kind of felt like a prequel to the actual story, which I kind of agree with. It's a lot of nothing happens in it, but it's enough to like still keep my attention, and I had a fun time with it, and I do think that I will enjoy this series, so I'm going to continue on with this series. I'm just very excited to actually have the physical copy. I don't have to worry about at least the first one, and I can just focus on reading this series a little bit slower just because it's a newer series and there is a bunch of older series that I need to finish first before I get completely invested in a whole nother series. Those were my 2 books I got. I also looked in the horror section and they had so many good options. I was really surprised that they actually had a paperback from hell section where it's all of those, and it was really tempting. There was this one about like the Cineplex, like horror at the Cineplex or something, my kind of book. I decided against it, but there might be a chance I might be putting that on my Goodreads TBR. See if I can, some people who I trust in the horror book section who read that a lot, see if maybe they've heard of it, or if they liked it, if they read it, and see if that is something that I am willing to consider. But until then, yeah, that was about it. Just want to do my little haul and a little update, and this next pieces will probably be me back at the airport. So yeah, here we go. It's been a day. So today as you can see, I'm back in Dallas. I'm back in Texas. I guess I should say I'm back in Texas. And yeah, and I'm exhausted. We got there like around 1. There was a storm here in Dallas. Everything was just held back. And because of that, we were stuck 2 hours on the tarmac on a plane. Reading news is very productive. So I started reading, I know I said I was gonna read Rocked, which I did, and I went from like 25% to like 30% from that, which is really good. And then I read the whole thing of Triple X, which is about a bunch of adult film stars getting murdered, and the other people who know about these film stars taking matters into their own hands with axes. It's really, really fun. It was very outlandish. It was very just like, oh, okay, this is happening. But you know what? It gave the camp that you kind of wanted from something like crazy from this plot, you know? Like when you hear this plot, you're not thinking of anything serious or anything like that. So I had a fun time. I gave it like 4 stars, which it was really, really well, because at this point in time on June 30th, the film crew is getting their last store done. We got our prompts, which was a genre that you would not go regularly towards. So that's perfect. Anything pretty much that's not romance for me. So Triple X worked very well. And the second one was an intimidating book. And I had a little bit of trouble with that one because I was like, well, I want to just continue reading Rocked, which is where I got the 25 to 30% done. But then I was like, well, I don't know if this should count because this is definitely my forte. It's a romance. So I did something a little different. Okay, excuse the busyness of my stuff right here. Just ignore that. I have made a TBR prompt spinning wheel thing. Some obvious ones: audiobooks, ebooks, marriage and convenience, color generator, number generator, TBR jar. I have poll pick, I have family pick, I have mood read, I have POC rep, disability rep, water on the cover, blindfold pick, which would be very interesting. I would have to figure out how I'm going to do that. I think that would have to be a physical book. Illustrated cover. This one I'm really excited about. Published fan fiction, which is literally me saying anything that I know that was a published book that was once a fan fiction is now a book. Is that? And yeah, it's all right here. And yeah, it's, let's see, how many? 66 entries. So I did that, and I actually got the very last one, which is a poll pick, which is good because I just had to make a few options. I usually like to do four for a poll pick anytime I do a poll pick. So I picked Goddess of Filth, which I need to read for another video, which would have been nice for me to go ahead and get started on. Then there was Flock, which is a romance, but is a romance that I feel like I've heard is like really sad, and I'm not really into like sad romances, so I'm a little apprehensive about Flock. Then we have Camp Slaughter, which was a cannibal kind of horror book. I'm not gigantic of a fan of cannibal. That's for movies, that's for books, that's for anything. I'm not a zombie fan either. I don't like that stuff. It gives me the creeps. Like, it gives me the ick, and I don't know how else to explain it other than it gives me the ick. So it makes me uncomfortable. So in a way, that is also an intimidating book. And then the final one that I put on is actually a stuff your Kindle day book that I got. It's called Cakewalk. It is like a small town. She owns a bakery. He owns a tattoo shop. I don't know, something like that. And they fall in love. And honestly, it's an intimidating book for me because so far I've not had that much luck with anything I've gotten from Stuff Your Kindle Day. So it's intimidating. 4 different kinds of intimidating. And I let people pick. No surprise, no one picked any of the romances. Not the Cakewalk wasn't picked, and Flock wasn't picked. With 2 votes, I got Goddess of Filth, which I'm pretty happy about. That, like, 2 people, you know, there's 2 people out there who are maybe letting me know that Goddess of Filth is pretty good. But with the alarming choice, with 10 picks, was Camp Slaughter. So I am about, I want to say 20% into Camp Slaughter. I read a little bit while I was stuck on the plane, and it's going good. It's definitely a lot more gruesome than I think I've read from any horror book I've read. But then there's this extra factor of, like, the guy's wearing a human face, you know, like, why, you know? I don't know why I sound like Tom from Parks and Rec there. I'm going to continue reading it. I'm not giving up on it. Also, it just would be really great to be able to count it for the Escape the Readathon. I don't know if many updates are going to happen. But anyways, yes, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go to sleep. It is like 9, oh, it's 10. It's 10:13 right now. What was supposed to be us getting here like around 6 o'clock has made it actually 10 o'clock. So I'm sleeping and I will talk to you in the next update. Hello, I am back. It is daytime, as you can see, not nighttime anymore. I am a little bit more awake than I was the last Update. Still working on Camp Slaughter. It's not going bad. It's just, it definitely is out of my comfort zone, I've decided. It's very just, I don't want to say I'm not enjoying it. There's something that I'm not enjoying, and I can't really put my finger on it, what that is. If it is the way that the author formats, or if it's the way that maybe it is like just a little too much for me, and I do have like a point where, in horror at least, like that I'm just like, I can't do that stuff. There's a lot of gruesome details of people's deaths in it that maybe is just a little too much for me. I don't know. I didn't think I was. I feel like maybe in books they give a little bit too much detail about the people, and I start feeling bad for the people. And in movies and television, you don't really get as much detail of like what they're thinking as it's happening to them. And maybe that's what I'm having difficulties with. Also, for this to be a 275-page book, why are there 50 chapters? Like, that is kind of like irksome to me. And I don't know if that's just, that might just be a me thing. That might just be I don't really think it makes sense to have a short book and that many chapters. I might be able to DNF when I want to, just in case, if it still does not do good for me, because as of today, May 31st, on a Wednesday, I found out film crew has won, or they have escaped the haunted house for the Readathon that Books with Lexi has done. If you haven't known about it, I'm pretty sure everyone who probably is watching this knows about it. It's a pretty well known readathon going around right now. I think I'm going to call this vlog from here because I don't even know what I have anymore. I don't know what it went from Portland vlog to Smut Den vlog to just finishing off Escape the Readathon to just me bitching about how I was exhausted and too busy to do any reading at all. So this may not make sense to you, and this might just been my Hail Mary vlog. That's maybe what I'll call it, is the Hail Mary vlog. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know how to even think anymore. Brain carcass mush vlog. I am back hopefully for good. I am moving. So this location here with the blue and the beige and the terrible painting, it may actually be the last time you see this. And the next time I vlog or make some kind of video, it's going to be in my new house. Yay! And also, that's another thing. If you guys want a tour of my new house, let me know. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing the house. I definitely worked hard on it, and it's been a lot of stress, and it's been a lot of my time taken away. So if it's something you're interested in, let me know. I think I'm done talking. I've exhausted myself at this point. So I will talk to you later, and please like and subscribe if this vlog came out and made sense to you and you like what you see. If you like the chaos that's me, or the books I read, yeah, just let me know, and comment and like and subscribe. Okay, bye.